Okay, so the first thing that you obviously need for this recipe is chicken, and you can see there that I've had it cooking all day in this crock pot, and it's pretty much all ready to go. So basically what I'm just gonna have to do is just chop it up a little bit to get it to the point of, you know, being like in like some chunks. Now the other option that you do have is that you can buy like canned chicken and use it, and I've used that before for this recipe, but today I didn't have any, and you know, I figured it would be just as good and would work really well just to chop it up. So I'm just gonna chop it up here with this knife. This is chicken breast, by the way. You could technically use thigh or sticks or anything with chicken, but the idea is that you need some chopped up chicken. So I'm just gonna kind of chop this up here for a few more minutes till I get it in pieces. So now I'm just gonna chop this up here a little bit. I'll start with bigger chunks. It's probably gonna be enough for my purposes right now. And I've got kind of the little rounds here, and you can kind of see, I'm trying to show that with the camera here. Just gonna get these into smaller pieces. I'm not gonna necessarily try to make them too small, so you can see kind of just chopping these up like this. Okay. So now you can see I've got them all chopped on a board like this, and this is where the whole variety concept comes in. So technically red cabbage doesn't have to be cooked. Well, I mean, I know even some people like green cabbage raw, but personally I like to saute it just a little bit, but it doesn't really necessarily have to be cooked. Like I will put it in salads when it's raw, so like the rest of this red cabbage head will probably get chopped up for a salad, but I like to saute it a little bit, so I'm just gonna put it in a saute pan and steam it for just a little bit. Okay, now the next component that you need to prepare is the red cabbage. And this is a whole head of red cabbage. This is a lot of red cabbage. I'm personally making enough for me to have leftovers for at least one other meal, but you know, you would do the whole head of red cabbage if you were planning to serve dinner to more than 3 people. Then you would probably eat the whole head. Since I'm single and it's just for me, I'm really probably only going to need to chop off approximately 1/2. Okay, so now what I need to do is chop up the carrots. So here we have these 4 carrots. I'll probably have some leftovers, but what I'm just going to do here, I'm going to turn this down so that you can hopefully see me chopping them, is I'm going to cut off the ends of the carrots here, and then there we go. Then I'm going to cut them in either halves or in some cases in thirds. So now I have these big chunks of carrot. I'm gonna throw away the carrot ends. I know sometimes people will save them for things like vegetable broth and things, but I just, you know, I don't have a need to save them. So I'm just gonna throw them away. And then I have this chopper that I got at Walmart that has been well worth it. It was about $30, but it's got different settings for chopping and different things like that. And so what I'm just gonna do here is I'm just gonna take each carrot piece and just go like that. Let me show it a little bit closer to the camera so you can see it. So I'm just gonna take that and I'm just gonna keep chopping until I get through with carrots. And I have found it's so much easier to, down there, to chop vegetables when you have one of these. I know if you're like me, I used to be one of those people that almost wanted to just buy frozen just because I didn't want to have to chop. But ever since I got this chopper, which I've had it for probably close to a year now, it has made things a lot easier. So I'm just gonna keep chopping a few more of this. There we go. Almost done. Sometimes you really have to push down hard there. Push down a little more, and then you can see here in this tray that I have all these chopped carrots. Now, yes, this is going to be more than I'm going to want to use right now, but I'm just going to take and add to this purple cabbage just a little bit of the carrots in here to steam them a little bit. And I'm just going to use a little bit of water in the pan to steam them. and then I will come back on and show you how I compile the whole dish once they've been cooked a little bit. What do cashews, red cabbage, carrots, and some chicken. You kind of can't see the chicken from here, but anyhow, chicken all have in common. They combine together to actually make a really good, delicious dinner recipe. So stay tuned. Hello, ladies, and possibly a few good men. This is Anna Laura Brown of AnnaLauraBrown.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how I make a recipe that includes red cabbage, carrots, chicken, and cashews. This is actually a little bit of a knockoff of a recipe that I once ordered at a restaurant called Blue Lemon here locally in Utah. And figured out how to make it myself with a little bit of a twist to make it taste pretty good. So stay tuned and you're gonna watch me make it. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna plate this up now, and you can see here I've got some carrots and purple cabbage on there. So I'm just gonna spoon some of this chicken breast out of this crock pot onto there. I'm just gonna have just enough to cover it a little bit, and not totally, because that would be all the chicken and that would be just a little bit too much. So I've got some chicken plated on there. Have that cool down, and then I'm going to add on top some cashews. These are the Trader Joe's ones just because they're cheaper, but they are the raw whole, so you want to emphasize that. You want to make sure that you avoid any cashews that have been roasted or have salt added, because that will really change the flavor, and that's not really what you're going for. So then I'm just going to kind of sprinkle some of them on top on the chicken, probably about 12 to 15 cashews or so. There we go, that's really enough. You don't want to overdo it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this coconut animals. This is also the Trader Joe's one, but they sell them at other places too, like Thrive Market, Walmart, etc. And then I'm just going to kind of wet it down to make it a little bit of a sauce on here. You could also cook or saute, if you will, the red cabbage and carrots in this as well, but I like to just do it on top. And there you go, you can kind of see what it looks like, and it makes a really nice, delicious, healthy dinner. A little bit different as well, going to be a little bit on the lower carb side as well, because carrots are, your higher carb. It doesn't have rice or potatoes or anything like that in it.